Alright, what's up? Derek at One Community with Lifeguard Kids. And I want to tell you about what we talked about today. Today our word was lament. And let me get the definition we've got for that. Lament is a passionate expression of grief or sorrow. And usually, like, we can have lament over some simple things like losing a toy, not having something that somebody else has. And a lot of the kids, when we talked about when they felt sad, that was the kind of things that they brought up when their brother had something that they didn't, or their whatever. So most of the time, that was the times that they felt sad, that they didn't get something that they wanted, or something didn't go the way they wanted. But really, lament is heavier than that, which is fine, because it's a good thing that the kids haven't been through things like that. That's obviously a good thing. But to keep in mind that there may be kids that have gone through harder things, and that's what our lesson is more about. So we kind of can hit that. And our buddy check for today was, it's very simple, but I want to make sure I get it right. God knows when you are sad. And when we brought this up, God knows when you are sad, the idea here is, does that comfort you, or does that make you fearful in some way? And all the kids said that comforted them. And I think it's comforting to know that. And it corresponds with our memory verse, which is Psalm 56:8. It says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." And this in itself is comforting as well, because not only does he know when you're sad, he keeps a record of it. And in what this is saying, we can be comforted in the fact that he knows what you've been through. He knows how intense it has been. Does that mean he's going to take it away? Does that mean he's going to make it all better? Not necessarily, but he's going to be able to give you the strength to make it through, because he knows the intensity that it's there. And one of the things I wanted to make sure to hit as we taught was that going to God and asking him for help through a situation, we have to remember that people still have free will. So if there's somebody who's doing things to you that's keeping you from being able to do what you feel like you need to do, or causing you some kind of harm, God can nudge them and give them the right idea of what they need to do, but they still have choice as to whether they're going to do the right thing or the wrong thing. So we can't blame God for something a person does to us, but we can trust in God to help us deal with that situation better, or handle it within ourselves. I'm trying to unplug my device again. And so where we read from this is from 2 Samuel 1:17 to the end. And that is where, see, David has just found out that Saul and Jonathan died. And this is the lament that David wrote about their death. And so we talked about, obviously, what the lament meant, it being sadness. And then in this case, in this particular case for David, lament is a sad song. And he wrote this because he was sad that Saul and Jonathan died. And what's interesting about that is Saul was trying to kill him. So how in the world would he be sad that the guy who was trying to kill him is dead? How in the world would he be sad that the guy was in the position that he was supposed to get was killed? Well, it's because David had his heart in the right place. And we talked about that, and I encourage the kids that we need to have our hearts in the right place, so that when things like that come up, we have the strength to do the right thing and have the right feeling when it comes up. Or if we have the wrong feeling, to know that we need to ask God to help us change it. We don't need to be happy that somebody's going through something bad because we get benefits out of it. We should still be sad for them, and we should still be with them, and trying to encourage them and help them through it. And if we can do that, we're going to be like God wants us to be. All right, and that was Lament. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye.